Hello, welcome to Retro Core, and today we're going to take a look at the Lytmi screen strip light, the next level in smart lighting. So this is the Lytmi screen strip light, and taking a look at the back of the box, we can see what's inside it. We can control a box, the LED strip, a couple of brackets to connect it to the back of the TV, and the power adapter. We've got the specifications there as well as the manufacturing data. So first thing to greet us is the instruction manual. Now this instruction manual is pretty reasonable, very simple to follow, and does give you all the details you need to know. It's written in various languages, including German, Spanish, and of course English. Next up we have the power brick, which has the company's name on it, so it's not some generic one. And we can also add different types of adapters to fit into different wall sockets. Mine came with the Japanese and US style. Here we have the controller box. You can control the light strip by using this controller box and not reliant upon the software. It's got a USB port at the end to connect to the PC. Here we have what seems to be, well, not seems to be, what is, some adapters to connect the light strip to the back of the monitor. More adapters here, these are for the corners of the monitor. And of course the light strip itself. As you can see, we've got one end which plugs into the PC, and this end has a little silicone top on it, which you can take off. Let's unravel the light strip and see what it's like. So as you can see, the light strip has various points where you can cut into it. Seems to be every 5 centimeters or so, they do have a cut strip. So that's where you can cut it if it's not to the particular length you need. And as mentioned, this has a little silicone strip at the end. So if your light strip is too small, you could just cut it down to size and replace this silicone strip onto the area which you've cut to stop all bits of dust or whatever going into the LED strip. Okay, so let's get this onto the back of a monitor. So in my house I have a lot of TVs. We've got this big massive 4K 120Hz LG TV here. There's an ultra-wide 29:1 monitor here. And here we have a 4:3 HD HP monitor set up for 4:3 Tate gaming. And in this room we've got a 45-inch LCD TV. And in this room there's a 43-inch LCD TV. There's a 54-inch LCD TV. So yeah, there's a lot of TVs in this house. But which one are we going to use the LED strip light on? And this is the monitor I've decided to go with. It's the LG Ultra Wide. Now this should look pretty good with these LED strips. Now unfortunately the back of this monitor is beveled. So that would be a problem, or maybe you would think it would be a problem. But however, the clips that they give you to attach the LED strip to the back of the monitor are flexible, and they do stick to a beveled back, just as this one shows. So let's get the first clip on into the corner and I'll show you how well it sticks. So just get this lined up nice and straight, and yep, there we go. Now because these use official 3M tape, they stick instantly, so try and get it in the right position. You don't want to be making a mess of this. Okay, let's get the other corner in there and we'll get the straight pieces on as well. Okay, now that we've got all the clips in place, it's time to thread through the LED strip. Inserting the strip is pretty simple. You basically just line it up and clip it into place. It fits in nice and snugly, no problems at all. Even getting it around the corner parts is not an issue. Very simple, very easy to do. So as you can see, the actual light strip is a little bit long for my monitor. So what we're going to do is give it a bit of a trim with a normal pair of scissors. So we'll just clip it here where we got the little mark for the scissors. And there you go, simple as that. And what we'll do is replace the little silicone clip at the end to stop any dirt entering its way into the pipe. Alright, now that that's done, let's get this back over onto the computer desk and set up the lights. So when you first connect up the LED strip to your PC, it just flashes random colours. And as you can see, nothing is matching what is on screen. And that's because you need to download the software to go with it. This software will let the LED strip know what is actually displayed on the screen. Very simple to do, just download the software, install it onto your PC, and you'll get the little icon on your desktop. So here we go with the software running, and it is very simple to control. On the right hand side you've got different options, screens and user options, and an about section. The user options just basically let you toggle a couple of things, add more screens, things like that. Very easy to set up, very self-explanatory. And once we have that set up, the lights on the back of the screen will now match what's on the monitor. As you can see, we've put it into movie mode, and movie mode is the mode which reflects the lights based upon your screen. So as you can see, I'm moving this white notepad box around the screen here, and it is illuminating on the wall in the same places where it's illuminating the screen. Very nice indeed. Now we can also change the speed at which the LED lights light up. So we've got it on smooth now, which gives us a much smoother looking transition, but is a little bit laggy. We put it on fast, it's not as smooth, but it is much faster. And this is probably the setting you want to use for movies and games. As well as the movie mode, we have another mode here. This is music mode. Now what this does is flash the lights randomly. Well, we have a couple of options, but it flashes the lights in sync to the beat of the music. So we'll go with a little bit of game music here. And yeah, take a look at that. So we do have a couple of different settings for the music equalizer, such as a spectrum analyzer mode or wave mode. Quite a nice effect. And the final mode we have gives us various different pre-programmed effects. This is a flame effect, quite nice. We've got a rainbow effect here. We got other effects such as fireworks and so on. Quite nice if you want some ambient lighting just doing its own thing. But here is the main event of this type of LED strip light up, running videos with the light in sync to the video. Just look at this. This is an 8K video of Norway in 21.9 aspect ratio with LED backlights. Looks lovely. And how about this for some crazy effects? This is a video I shot of the Pet Shop Boys performing live in 2019 here in Japan. And yeah, those lasers, they're coming straight out of the screen onto the back wall. How about that for cool? Now I've got to keep talking over this because I'm going to get done for the copyright strike if I just play the music on its own. But as you can see, for something like this, the effect is quite impressive. And this is just a standard 16:9 image on an ultra wide monitor. But even though the sides of the screens are black, we still get the lighting effect because the LED strips actually come from the image portrayed on the screen, not how much the screen is actually filled up. So yeah, I mean, it does look a little bit odd, I guess, but that is not a fault of the LED strip. That is the fault of the actual video not being ultra wide. And here we go, taking a look at some still images on the screen, and as you can see, even with still images, the backlights do perform quite well. Now you may also be wondering, do these lights perform in daylight? Because I do actually have the lights off in the room at the moment. And the answer is yes, they do. The lights are bright enough to be able to see them quite easily in pure daylight conditions. However, when filming in pure daylight conditions, they don't show up too well, which is why I'm filming with the lights off. So there we have it. That is the Lytmi LED screen strip for your PC. Now remember, there is a different strip for normal TV, so make sure you do buy the correct one. I do like this strip. It responds very, very well. Much better than the old type of strips which you connected to a Raspberry Pi. This works much better than they do. But do remember that without software running on the PC version, the light strip doesn't actually function. So you do need to install that software, otherwise you're just going to get random lights. But once the software is running, and it takes up pretty much zero system resources, so I don't think you'll even notice it running, so don't worry about that. But once it is running, you'll get a very nice light show on your PC monitor. Good stuff. Link in the video description down below.